Right, Gemini, welcome to May 2024. Welcome in. I hope you're doing great. Let's see what's going on for Gemini, what wants to come through for you, what's important for you to know. In the extended, I'll take a look at your astrology, how the movements in May are going to be impacting you, or at least give you a heads up about what is coming. If you're looking for a private reading, there's a link below. I have a group of tarot readers who are amazing. If you want to get some personal insight, that's the place to go. There's a link below. And if you want to learn to read tarot from me, there's a link for that too. All right, let's see where we're going. Oh, yeah, shadow. Oh, yeah. Divine masculine. Divine feminine. Wow. Karmic path. Okay. So this month, we are dealing with Pluto going retrograde. It's going to hit your ninth house of belief systems and your ability to think for yourself. I feel like some of you are dealing with a divine partner right now. I mean, it's rare that these two come out right after each other. Look at that. And this always looks like Taurus to me. So we are in Taurus time as I'm doing this. There's something about May that is going to shine a light on your shadow that will illuminate the path forward. So, we talk a lot about, I'll use some twin flame cards here too, because for those of you who are interested in twin flames as it relates to you, but the reading doesn't have to be about twin flames. But what I am saying here is divine masculine, divine feminine. This can be an internal state of balance that requires you to look right at your shadow. It's requiring you to, it's almost like if you don't, the things you most reject about yourself are the things that come back and bite you in the ass when you least expect them. The more you can see your own flaws and not be judgy about them, the more you can see your own I was going to say personification, but that's not right. The more you can see your own perfectionist, your own controlling nature, the more you can see those things, the less they control you. And this is a month where the shadow is going to come up. All right. Especially with Pluto in retrograde, retrograding in Aquarius. It's going to come back into Capricorn later this year, but we're only talking about May right now. So we'll focus on that. Let me use this. The karmic path one too is very interesting. For some of you, there can be an integration of the masculine and feminine through the shadow, through the awareness of what is keeping us apart, because we don't want to look at it. We're afraid to look at it, or our shadow has brought us to a place that isn't balanced. Okay. Or that is perfectionistic, that is victim oriented, or something like that. So let's see here for Gemini. Queen of Wands, the Judgment card, the Four of Wands, the Six of Cups, Six of Wands. Oh, I love this. And the Ace of Swords. Look at you. 10 of Cups. Wow. So, the cards that are underneath are what is happening subconsciously. And our shadow, I feel like you have a shadow, like a very romantic idea about love, a very romantic expectation. And it is all framed around your ego. So like your ego, and ego is not a dirty word. Ego is, we all need ego to get ourselves out of bed every morning. So Gemini, this is basically saying that there's something about love and partnerships that makes you feel like a real person, or like that makes you feel validated. And if you are afraid of being on your own, I'm just going to use the word afraid, because some of you are afraid of that. Some of you are also seeing that as less than. So you might be looking at friends who are single and having this like, oh God, I don't want to be single. So I'm just going to suffer through whatever I'm dealing with. But there's also a feeling of idealization or putting someone on a pedestal that doesn't deserve it or something like that. It's all about ego. And you can be experiencing the Pluto retrograde as a little bit of an ego death. We are talking about our shadow, and we're also talking about what we believe to be true. And what we believe to be true may show up as not true. Okay, so that can be something that really impacts our vision of where we're going, or our like how we look at the world, or something along those lines. Look at this. Knight of Wands, Hierophant, Seven of Pentacles. I feel like you're dealing with someone who is not what they appear to be. You're dealing with someone who's actually a Knight of Wands, but they appear to be a Hierophant. Someone who's very traditional, someone who's very trustworthy. But the Knight of Wands is kind of slippery. And Knight of Wands is kind of like, I'm showing you this energy of Taurus. We're in Taurus time as I'm doing this reading. And you maybe have invested a lot of time and energy into that Hierophant, but this person is actually a Knight of Wands. So this is somebody who, it's like they don't want you to see the truth. And this Ace of Swords is coming through very loudly in this reading. Some kind of truth needs to break through. So Knight of Swords, Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. So you've been holding on to this for a while. This image of, some of you could be dealing with a person who's married to another person. And it's like you want to marry that person, or you want to be in partnership with this person. But if they're showing you a third party kind of energy, it's like, are they really the person you want to be in lifelong partnership with? I get the feeling that some of you are not seeing this person very clearly at all. Okay, so the Knight of Swords is here. I do feel like there's some kind of truth that comes through Five of Wands and Five of Pentacles that shows you really who you're dealing with. Okay, shows you the shadow of who you're dealing with. And that can feel a little bit negative. So there's a sense of like, oh, how can I get myself into this again? Why is this person still in my life? Or why are they, why can't I shake this? Why can't I shake this? It's sort of like you got to look at your own shadow. You've got to look at I heard, I think I was listening to a video, Dr. Ramani, like her very much. And she was talking about shame. And she, when we're talking about third party relationships and the shame of being the one who's cheated on and all of that. And she was like really giving this sense of like, no, you've got to know that you're worth it and everything like that, which is all true. But there was one thing that I kind of disagreed with her about. And it was sort of like, are we in those relationships not really wanting to see the red flags when they present to us? Are we deciding that this person is a Hierophant when in fact they're really a Knight of Wands, and we just are hoping against all that is true? We're just hoping that this person can fill that void in us, that we want to have someone who's very trustworthy, and we might be choosing someone who has no capability of doing that. We're trying to like retrofit them into that role. Five of Wands and Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is about shame and loss and feeling left out in the cold. Five of Wands is about resistance. Then there's anger here. So why is this all showing up? Page of Wands, childhood. Six of Swords. This is here for you to heal. Strength, absolutely. Power and strength here. Knight of Pentacles. So this is what's being asked of you is really to put your nose to the grindstone, your shoulder to the wheel, okay, and do the work. Put in the time. Seven of Pentacles. Put in the time to really see truth. to really see truth. And that is going to take you in such an empowered direction. This person is in your life to help you empower yourself, to move out of a place of trying to retrofit somebody into a role that they don't belong in. Okay? It's like I've got a job opening for an IT tech and only one person applies, and so I've got to, okay, so that person actually is a pastry chef, and but we can teach them. They're teachable, they're creative. Just get an IT tech. Get someone who already, you don't have to teach them from the ground up. Okay, I feel like that's what's going on here. So this Knight of Wands, Chariot, Ace of Cups, Devil energy, the Eight of Wands. This person feels that commitment is a trap. I feel like they're in love with love. I feel like they love that feeling of being in love. And this person feels trapped right now. You could feel trapped. This person feels trapped because of the amount of time and effort you've already put in. And I just get this angry feeling of like, wait a second, because this Knight of Swords is here. Like, wait a second, why should I have to put in any effort? This other person is the one that's doing all of this. So that Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is sort of saying, is this the chain? Why are you so angry about looking inward, right? Pluto in retrograde. Why are you so angry about maybe changing your own mind about this person, or changing your own way of it's like you're trying to believe this pastry chef can be some kind of IT wizard. And they don't even really want to be. I feel like they're feeling trapped. Okay. And this person is in love with love. In love with love. They just want to have that Ace of Cups feeling all the time. But after a while, Seven of Pentacles, 7 years, 8 years, whatever it is, I just feel like this person goes into that Five of Pentacles place. And then the real, there hasn't been a lot of work on this connection. This feels like it's ground to a halt. The Nine of Wands and the Four of Pentacles, like things just grind to a halt. That could be a pattern that, like, I just have this romantic idea about relationships that doesn't require work. And so maybe some of you are drawn to twin flame because you're thinking that unconditional love doesn't require work or effort, but it does. Okay. It definitely does. I like the Wheel of Fortune here. This is about moving forward. This is a destined lesson. This is a destined moment. King of Wands, High Priestess, Seven of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. You might think that it's a fantasy. Some of you are really putting in all the effort in this relationship. The other person is putting in no effort. So I feel like the lessons this month are going to be around, what are you looking at? Are you seeing your own shadow in relationships reflected back to you? Are you being triggered by any of this conversation, anything of what I just said here? Are you looking at twin flames as if it's a get out of jail free card? Like, this relationship hasn't worked for me. I'm going to label it as a twin flame, and so it's going to become something else other than what it actually is presenting to me as. This is a very, very strongly karmic path. Okay, very strong karmic path lesson coming up right now. So I will go deeper in terms of blocks and challenges. I will look at what you don't see coming. We'll talk more about the astrology. I'm going to get into this divine feminine, divine masculine, and just see about it. There's a possibility in my mind that some of you may be in a toxic situation or a relationship that you might have believed was a twin flame at first, but now we're going down this road and it doesn't seem like it's showing up that way, or you have not put in a lot of time and effort into it, and it's time to do that. All right, it's time to do that. All right, link is below, Gemini, if you want to continue on with me. I will see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.